Hello students, let us study about spore formation. Spore formation, it's occur in rhizopus bacteria, bread mold. It is a good example of bread mold. There is a fungus on the surface of the bread. See, a multicellular organism, specific reproductive part can be identified. Thread-like structures are developed on the bread. Okay. Here, they are not reproductive parts. On the other hand, the tiny bob like structures, stick like structures, are involved in the reproduction. These bob like structures are known as sporangium. Inside the sporangium, there is a spores are present. These spores that can eventually develop into new rhizopus individual. One more new rhizopus individuals can be produced by these spores. These are uh, the spores are covered by a thick wall that protect them until they come into contact with the another wet moist surface. It begins to grow, and on the moist surface it is growing. Okay, here the question arises, what are the advantages of spore formation? One of the most advantageous point is it can be grown. Okay, and it is a most favorable condition. The spores are first advantages. Large number of spores are produced in one sporangium. It is a bob like structure. It produces the spores. This is the one important uh, point. And second point, spores are distributed easily by air to far up the place to avoid competition at one place that they are not competing for food, survival for the fittest. Okay, third important point is the spores are covered by a thick wall. In unfavorable condition, or it covered by thick wall, it prevent them from unfavorable condition. It has to be favorable condition, it can be open and these spores are comes out through the wind. It can be spread from one place to other. Okay, pollinated, that is known as pollination from one place to other. Here number of questions are given. How does binary fission differ from multiple fission? Binary fission means budding, and multiple fission is already I explained this question. Okay, how will the organism is benefited if it reproduce through spores? As the sporangium, now only I explained that one. Can you think the reason why our complex organism cannot give rise to new individual through regeneration? Okay, human being cannot go for the undergoes the regeneration method. Okay, new individual it cannot be grown. And why is vegetative propagation is practiced for growing some type of plants? Because these plants does not produce the seeds. By uh, vegetative propagation, through the root, through the stem, and through the leaves, it can be propagate, it can be regenerate. That is known as vegetative propagation. Already I given the example for this. And why is DNA copying is essential part of the process of reproduction? DNA is the genetic material, it can regenerate new generation. The DNA copying is there, and by semi conservation method the DNA is essential part for the reproduction of the reproduction.